Hello and welcome to Sktv'S News. You're watching Afternoon English News with Hemavati Kombantabam. First headlines. Retired Havildar of Naga Regiment shot dead in ambush along Imphal Ukrul Road. Manipur government lifts ban on mobile internet in 5 valley districts, advise citizens to use internet services responsibly. Members of Justice and Fair Delimitation JFD finds equipment and materials to be used for census exercise at Imphal Post Office. Express fear for forceful census in Manipur. 2 persons sustained injuries in tear gas firing by security forces during torch rally at Kurailamlong area. And Lok Sabha rejects Constitution 131st Amendment Bill 2026, Centers withdraws Delimitation Bill 2026 and the Union Territories Laws Amendment Bill 2026. Now let's take a look at the news in detail. A day after Chief Minister Khim Chan made a visit to Ukrul district via road with the aim to rebuild trust between Kuki and Tangkhul communities, a traveller belonging to Tangkhul community was shot dead along National Highway 202 while travelling from Imphal to Ukrul in an attack suspected to have been carried out by Kuki militants. The incident reportedly occurred near TM Kasom village along National Highway 202. In the attack, at least 3 other vehicles were also damaged. The deceased, identified as SW Chinnaoshong, son of SW Richumhao of Tashar village in Ukrul district. The deceased person was a retired Havildar in Naga regiment. Has lifted the ban on mobile internet services in 5 districts after reviewing the prevailing law and order situation. The restrictions were initially imposed on April 7 for 3 days due to security concerns and were later extended periodically. During this period, mobile data, broadband, VSAT and VPN services were suspended, although limited broadband access such as ILL and FTTH was permitted under specific conditions. Officials said the decision to lift those restrictions was taken after assessing ground conditions and considering the disruption caused to essential services. The suspension had affected institutions including courts, hospitals, schools and government offices that rely on digital connectivity. The order to restore services was issued under Temporary Suspension of Telecommunication Services Rules 2024 in public interest. Authorities have advised citizens to use internet services responsibly, noting that any misuse could lead to fresh restrictions. Members of Justice and Fair Delimitation JFD were infuriated after recovering several equipment intended for census operations in a godown at the Imphal head office near Nupilan complex. The discovery comes amid stiff opposition from the CSO and public regarding the government's plan to conduct census before identifying illegal immigrants. A team of JFD members led by its convener Jitendra Ningomba found the equipment reportedly slated for use in Imphal West and Imphal East districts this afternoon when they inspected the godown following a tip-off. Speaking to reporters, Jitendra criticized the government's intent to proceed with self-enumeration starting August 16 despite having postponed the original plan to begin from April 1. He further highlighted the urgent need for identifying undocumented citizens in the state before census, citing the threats illegal immigration pose to the state's indigenous population and demography. The JFD convener also attributed the cause of the ongoing crisis to the influx of illegal immigrants in the state. He urged the government to understand the aspirations and sentiments of the people, noting that the public are not against conducting census, but only asking to do it after identifying the illegal immigrants for a fair exercise.
Hozong Silchil Lady Mamati, Census keep putting Makani, Aquina, Akui Pau, Pangudigi, Masida Mayam Levin, Imphal, Iski, Jagata Tonaba, Imphal, Westki Tonaba Jaga, Mayamo City Lady Vicini, Census Togani, Miko Tigini, Mgitanda, Sigi, Kutung Sabalorikanda, Census Tog, Dingi Mamanga, Mitomiasa, Kanduka the Bani Haduna, Akui Law, Duna Laksavani, Aduna Law, Pugi, Tanda, Siga Marilina, Nana Hoki, but every Tangamada, Censuski, Hanba Piers, Moena, Habitare, Akogi, Jumbo TV, Tankama Tonani, Tomotom, Joy Maya, Manipuri, Miana, Puna Horikana, Karamu, Visitor, Topoki Venaguna, Hosik Riba, Husky Tank, Taraga, Turtegi, Hogi, Self enumeration, Togani Hamatori, Levidiba, Lenga, Sina Ladiba, Pibum Si and Ganda Modu, Tobidanaba, Mokosana, a build of Giri, Aduga, Levidiba, Manipuri, Miana, Siki Lurutan Sida, Akoi Census, Tokayadi, had a move Ladiba, a Siki Canosia, Masida Kari, Tokati Habidi, Miana Su, Wakan Kandabiragana, Tokia Pose, Punalong.
Two people were injured when security forces fired tear gas shells to disperse a torch rally at Kurai Lamlong in Infal district last night. The protesters were demanding justice for the victims of the Trong Lobby attack and the subsequent firing on civilians who protested inside a CRPF camp. As a torch rally organized under the aegis of All Manipur United Clubs Organization, AMUKO, Manipur Students Federation, MSF, Poirei Lemerul Meirapai Biapunma Manipur, All Manipur Women Voluntary Association, Amawova, and Committee on Human Rights, COHR, reached Kurai Lamlong, security forces blocked the path with barricades, leading to a brief scuffle between the two sides. The security forces then resorted to firing tear gas shells and mock bombs, leaving several people injured, including 48-year-old Chumkham Sobita of Lamlong Bazaar and 41-year-old Arambam Jamuna of Kurai Nandavam Lekai, who were rushed to Jennings for Ampad for treatment. The tear gas shelling continued till late night as protesters responded by pelting stones and burnt tires and goods on roads. On the other hand, an ambulance driver and an attendant were reportedly assaulted by personnel of Rapid Action Force while transporting a patient to a hospital in Kurai area. Both of them received treatment at Raj Medicity, North AOC, Imphal. The Lok Sabha has rejected the Constitution 131st Amendment Bill, which seeks to expand the strength of the House and revise the framework governing delimitation and implementation of women's reservation. The bill received only 298 votes in its favor, while 230 MPs opposed it after a heated debate that began on Thursday and went past midnight into Friday. Following the defeat of the Constitution Amendment Bill, Union Minister Kiran Rijiju withdrew the Delimitation Bill 2026 and the Union Territories Laws Amendment Bill 2026. These bills propose to increase the seats of the Lok Sabha and state assemblies on the basis of the 2011 census and to implement women's reservation along with the delimitation. The opposition parties opposed bills on the grounds that the increase of seats on the basis of the 2011 census will disproportionately reduce the representation of the southern and northeastern states. The opposition also questioned the hasty move to implement delimitation when the 2026-27 census is underway. The Constitution 131st Amendment Bill proposed to increase the Lok Sabha strength from 543 to 850 seats with a maximum of 815 members representing states and up to 35 representing union territories. In parallel, it proposes amendment to Article 334A to allow implementation of one-third reservation for women immediately after delimitation instead of linking it to a post-census exercise. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has asserted that opposition has committed a mistake by not supporting the Women's Reservation Bill and will face consequences. The Prime Minister added that opposition must face the consequences and answer to women. On the other hand, Congress MP Priyanka Gandhi Vadra hailed the defeat of delimitation bill in the parliament as a victory of democracy and accused the centre of hatching a conspiracy to alter the federal structure of the country. Priyanka also asked the centre to bring back the bill that was passed unanimously in 2023, while maintaining that opposition supports women's reservation in principle but opposes linking it with delimitation and census processes. Vendors and shopkeepers of Nambol Kaithel ceased their activities and staged a sit-in at the market today, protesting the recent Tronglawbi incident and the subsequent firing on civilians by CRPF personnel in a camp. Speaking on the sidelines, a vendor named Yumnam Shanti stated that they took strong exception to the two incidents, citing the deaths of 5 civilians and injuries to dozens other. She further announced her support for any course of action taken up by JSC and CSOs in connection with the incidents.
Tronglawbi thodok asina maram orakanda ngasi numit 22 surabasi bhoba sarkarna mi hat paje haji bhoba puthokte pikraba mama na khomlang pithaga leidiba macha du tamthina hapi baje ngasi Prime Minister Narendra Modi kai doraga leibigi haibanida karigumba akhoi gi thodok mayam jibu sum tumminna bit ushalaga leibirage haibra nataga Manipur se tumna ba selage haibra namon ka thela pun belumai sinthalum na ngasi pot yondadana akhoi gi Tronglawbi thodok sina maram orakanda ngasi akhoi na pot yondadana imai ben mayam namon da sakari ba singina khangi ba wa baje aungtang di sarkarna ubiro aungtang yengbiro akhoi sarkarna pung mari bok sangdoju akhoi ayu ngakdang yolaga akhoi na Tronglawbi thodok sina pen da bo oina akhoi pot yonjaro.
Seru Mairapaibi organized a torch vigil at Seru Kaithel last night, condemning the incident of Tronglawbi in which 2 children were mercilessly killed in bomb attack and 3 persons were also shot dead by CRPF personnel in subsequent protest. People chanted slogans demanding military crackdown against narco-terrorists, implementation of NRC before census, and also condemned the arbitrary firing by CRPF personnel in Tronglawbi. They also prayed for peace for those departed souls who lost their lives in Tronglawbi incident. Director of Manipur Fire Service Laishram Nabachandra has emphasized on the importance of learning fire safety steps by all responsible citizens. Director Nabachandra said this on the sideline of an essay writing competition for class 9 to 12 students, which was held at CC Higher Secondary School as part of Fire Service Week 2026. The Fire Service Week 2026 is being held on the theme Together for Fire Prevention, Safe Schools, Safe Hospitals, Safe Society from April 14 to 20. Speaking further on the sideline of the essay competition, which was organized by Manipur Fire Service Department, Director Nabachandra informed that Fire Service Week is being observed every year to remember the tragic Great Bombay Dock Fire, which occurred on April 14, 1944. The director further maintained that various events are organized to educate people on fire safety. He also stressed on the need for prevention in order to avoid any fire incident.
Miyobagi punsi amasung lantum kannaba honabada hawaina pontha oikraba firefighters singi mafamda kai khumnaba utpoina pangthokpani adubu ngasidi India gi mafam khurimakta masigi khudong chaba lawraga miyamda fire safety gi maramda khanganbana mayu langtok thoktanaba amasung thoklagasu kamaina thingnagani haibadigi awareness piba asugumba program kayama galoinana National Fire Service Week observe tawbani adu handaki chahigi fire service ki team su yam fajai safe school safe hospital and fire safety aware society together for fire prevention naiba adugumba team adu ki makhada fire prevention week si pangthok sabani.
Now, before we move on, it's time for a short commercial break. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
Great opportunity for local operators. SKTV is expanding. Come and be a part of SKTV revolution with high-speed internet, IPTV along with OTT and other benefits. We are building stronger connections through franchising. Become a local cable operator and provide reliable information and entertainment to your neighbors. Unlock your growth with our technology and top-tier service. So if you're looking for exclusive partnership opportunities, then please call us at 700-5259-437 or 897-420-9157.
Welcome back. You're watching SKTV Afternoon English News. More news and updates. Khwairamban Nupi Kaithil Sinfam Amadi Saktam Kanbalup Secretary T.H. Rani has strongly criticized the government's reported order to keep the market open on Nongma Panba, alleging that it attempts to disintegrate the vendors. Addressing a press meet today, Rani argued that the new order contradicts the standing order of the previous administration, which mandates the market to remain shut on every Nongma Panba. She further maintained that the closure of the market on Nongma Panba is vital for cleaning the market and social service. Asserting that they only learned of the new order after questioning a city police team who was making the announcement via speakers yesterday, Rani asked the government to immediately stop disrupting the unity of Khwairamban Kaithil vendors. She also warned that anyone who complies with the government's order would be held responsible for any untoward incident.
Arangsi city police na bazar da nongpan basi kaken loin phang da me dukan hang da me na ama law wa publicity sat pa haida de masi akhina police da jo khoi hangjare masi government order tholok pani ai state tholok pani hai maruina nongpan bai se me te gi di am maroi ba nimit ama lai gi nimit oi basi ka mari leina na khoi ka chen je luna na phamaga loin na sit seng bagi thabak se loi raga lai gi ni thabak se khoi pangtho ga dum chahi ahum je pangtho kan lai hujik se maruina khoi na haijening se ka chen sida amana haiba mu taw amana haiba mu taw ga chahi sumna takharakana Manipuri loising loya ge kachil punama loiba thong londana amatoina mana ba ma poraktana suksang na sathar ko thabaka se ada Manipur government thoi ba thong je khoi taseng na haibda khoi masi thomoi sang ya janinde aduna masi tawbiganu kachil da ranchi sanabiganu aduna dukandar khudimaksu akai ima ga khel hum dina thong lama matamda dukan khudimaksu loimak thong lon biu kaima masida thong hangdar khotana tawrabadi madugi akhonda daita du masama sana pugadamni maroina akoina Manipur government ta haijaning se city police oigara IMC oigara adagi government oigara imai ben mayam ge amato oi ba thugaina bhona dana kachen da rajti sanabai thabak se topiu.
Makam Youth Organization MYO condoled the death of Rongmei Naga Youth Organization Manipur, Tamenglong Longrian RNYOMTL Chairman Musin Rayang Panmei and Vice Chairman Joy Panmei, who passed away in a tragic accident yesterday. According to a press release, the incident occurred at a location between Azuram village and Makru Turel under Tosim subdivision in Tamenglong district. MYO further praised the contributions of the two leaders, stating that they served for the Rongmei youth and community with unwavering dedication and sincerity. It added that their departure has left a significant void within the Rongmei Naga Youth Organization and the Rongmei community as a whole. District Administration Thoubal organized a social service camp at Khongjom War Memorial Complex in preparation for the upcoming observance of Khongjom Day. Deputy Commissioner Thoubal Wairobita IAS led the officials, staffs and volunteers at the social service camp. The social service was organized by District Administration Thoubal and staffs of various departments of SP Thoubal, SDO Thoubal and Lilong, EEPWD, EEWR, EEPHED, AEMI, Forest Department, Thoubal and Wangjing Lamding Municipal Council, and Thoubal Fire Service. Speaking on the sideline, Deputy Commissioner of Thoubal maintained that the social service was organized under the initiative of District Administration to keep the historical site of Khongjom War Memorial neat and clean for Khongjom Day celebration, which is going to be held on April 23. Lions International District 322D Manipur region organized a cleanliness drive at Khwairamban Kaithil today. The event was organized as part of its Lions Service Week Environment 2026 under the theme One Multiple, One Activity. The cleanliness drive was led by IPDG Lion T.H. Kesho Singh, Lion Gojendro, Lion Manikumar and Lion Dr. Rajmani. Speaking on the sideline, District Chairman of Lions International District 322D, T.H. Mahindra Pratap, highlighted the importance of cleanliness and about keeping the planet safe and sustainable. Now moving on in the weather report. According to ICAR Regional Center Imphal part, state's maximum temperature was recorded at 28.5 degrees Celsius, while the minimum temperature was 18 degrees Celsius. The maximum relative humidity was measured to be 83% in the morning and 54% in the evening. Now, before we wrap up, let's take a quick look at headlines once again. Retired Havildar of Naga Regiment shot dead in ambush along Imphal Ukrul road. Manipur government lifts ban on mobile internet in 5 valley districts, advise citizens to use internet services responsibly. Members of Justice and Fair Delimitation JFD finds equipment and materials to be used for census exercise at Imphal Post Office, express fear for forceful census in Manipur. 2 persons sustained injuries in tear gas firing by security forces during torch rally at Kurai Lamnong Bazaar area. And Lok Sabha rejects Constitution 131st Amendment Bill 2026, Centre withdraws Delimitation Bill 2026 and the Union Territories Laws Amendment Bill 2026. Now that's all we have for today's afternoon English news. Thank you for watching SKTV. Keep watching for more news and updates. Have a good day.